It's been decades. We've been supporting triathletes through daunting endeavors in the most grueling of conditions, with you on fatigue-filled training sessions and exhilarating race days. We remain consistent, our craft unwavering. We're here to watch you improve and to conquer. Our heritage lives on. Welcome to the Ohana.
What's up? Happy Friday, everyone. My name is Mark Goddard. If you guys don't know me, or if you're tuning in for the first time, I am here with Zoot in San Diego, and I just got back from a ride. Hop on this 2 o'clock live call with you guys here on the YouTube's live. Thanks for joining us. And if you're watching this later, if you're like the 2 people that watch it later, I really appreciate it. We're trying to get this information out to you guys and leave it out in the sphere of the interwebs. So we're actually trying to make the internet cool again is my goal, with like good stuff, uplifting stuff, and just do fun stuff. And so we're in the realm of triathlon, and so here we are. A couple of house cleaning things. This is not going to be a long Friday live today. I'm running a little bit late, unfortunately, but I am in my new elite top, and we did this with the summer series. And if you guys have any issues with the summer series, let us know. All the orders should be out now, or they are out. Email us in. But like all the cycle and the run stuff is the new Zoot Elite silhouette that's in the summer series. And I said last time, like I've been living in. I've been living in this stuff, and this is a part of our inline kit. It's just a plain white kit, but I got my Team Zoot bottoms, which so it pairs really good with that. And so I didn't get to do my brick run, but I will do it after this. It'll just be a delayed little 2-mile run after this. But thanks for joining us. Other than that, I sent everyone that is at least on my roster that is racing Nice. I sent you guys an email from my personal email yesterday, reminding you, if you have not got your free suit in the Nice design, order it before the store closes, because once it closes, too bad, so sad. We're not making any more for you guys. We are very excited, and like it brings me much joy in life to be able to do that stuff for you guys that are racing Nice. And we will also do it for Kona. That store will open late next month. So we will do the same thing if you're qualified for Kona. You get a free, you can race in a free special edition Kona suit with the P1X. And if you're not racing and you just like the design because it's super sweet, go ahead and get yourself some Nice gear, because it actually looks really cool. The store is going to be closing next week. All right. And I encourage you guys to comment if you have any comments. And then one more thing is next Tuesday, I just posted it in our community app. We're going to be doing our kind of like our first team ride on Ruby, virtual team ride. It's like 30K of the Ironman Maryland course, I believe. There's the Ruby link is in there. You guys get a discount, so try out Ruby if you haven't, or if you're racing any Ironman events, I highly suggest you at least explore it. It's really cool. We had a good fun time on Tuesday with our ride leaders that will be doing more rides for you guys in your regions this last Tuesday. And I also put a Google link up there, so if you want to chat and see us struggle in our garages or wherever we got our trainer set up in real time, there's a Google link there too. So more fun. Again, we're just, we're trying to bring it together for you guys. So yeah, that's it. Okay. So without further ado, some of you guys know this brand, and we've kind of like, I want to say like we've faux partnered with these guys for a few years. Maybe not a few years, maybe the last year. We were introduced to this brand by 2 of our captains who are probably not on this call, on the East Coast. And they're like, hey, Mark, we have these guys. They're a small company. They're making some really good products. They both came from the Power Bar company, and they had worked there for years. They're super knowledgeable, and they made this really cool bar, and it's like designed for endurance athletes. And like we want to bring them on. And truthfully, Eric's, and you could probably hear this, but like I was just like underwater, like not unlike all of us already are, but like I was just like, I don't know if I have time to like bring another partner on it, and just to have them just there. I'd really want to, you know, like try to give them a little bit more love than I currently can handle. So I was like, why don't you try it out with your region? If they want to offer a code, then like you guys try it out, test the bars, tell me what you think. And everyone that I heard that had them was like, these are great. I love them. They're really healthy, and they're geared for us. And so they're easy packing. So we brought them on, and they are in, they give you guys a discount. They have two options, and check out the discount in the discount app. And if you're watching from Europe, sorry guys, this is US only because it's a food product. And if Eric could talk about this, maybe he will, but they don't have the I don't think they have the certificates yet to sell in different parts. I mean, every country in Europe's got a different regulation for it. So for now, it's just in the US. But maybe come over here and I'll give you some of mine to try them out. But they sent us some. We tried them out. They're really cool. I've been using them on some of my long workouts. And admittedly, when I get super hungry at my desk, I'll walk down and I'll grab them. So anyway, let's see. All right. Okay, cool. So I'll answer these questions later. But anyway, I see Kevin's on here and Eric. So we're going to bring Eric on from Addra Bars, and he's joining us. What's up, Eric?
Hey, Mark. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for joining us. Now, Eric is joining us from a liquor store parking lot in New York State, because him and his business partner, Matt, who's also a triathlete, are doing a race this weekend, and they had no service in the transition area. So it's just for you guys. He made a special trip, got in his car and humped it, and was like, oh, I gotta, maybe you could at least get a little bit of candy or something in the liquor store. But anyway, thanks for joining us, Eric. So talk to us a little about what Addra, like, how did you guys come to be, like, how did you guys get started? Tell us a little bit about your history. I know you're with Power Bar, and when I first spoke with Matt initially, I was like, man, it was the downfall of Power Bar when you guys got rid of malt nut. Like, that was my favorite. Like, that was like, I was OG. Like, I ate those in like in junior high when I wrestled. I would take Power Bars to like our wrestling tournaments on Saturdays and eat malt nut, and like everyone's like, oh, that's the grossest flavor ever, but like I loved it. I loved malt nut. Like, if you guys could make that, maybe you could make that taste on the Addra Bars. That would be pretty cool. So talk to us about like what you guys are doing.
Okay, first of all, you get serious street cred for bringing up malt nut, because that part that is part of the Wayback Machine, and I go back that far too. So I was a bike racer in the 80s. I was around for, version 1 of the Oakley sunglasses, Jura helmets, and Power Bar, and I also liked malt nut. And what the funny thing is, eventually when I was working at Power Bar and we were talking about that formulation, it has like allergens out the wazoo. It had sesame, it had nuts and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was so crazy that it was like the lead off flavor, because the lead off flavor typically is chocolate peanut butter or chocolate peanut butter. Those are typically the top three.
Eric, but, bro, I'm Gen X, dude. You're like, throw whatever you have at me. It's nothing affects me. There's no allergies. I will survive. I'm like a cockroach. Okay.
I'm with you. All right. So yeah, the origins do start off with Power Bar. So I was at Power Bar for pretty long time. I was in Berkeley, where the mom and pop originally started Power Bar. Elite marathoner from Canada, nutritionist at Cal, and they were stirring up in a pot of some goo and turned it into bars. And then, as the urban legend went, they had a Ford Falcon and went out to local races, and then it became a household name. And eventually Nestle bought it. And so I was fortunate. My background is sports nutrition science, and I was head of scientific affairs at PowerBar when I joined. And you know, at PowerBar, we did some collaborations that ended up, and probably most of the folks on here listening are applying some of that research. And it was about trying to figure out what is the way to best apply high levels of carbohydrate intake during endurance exercise. It makes perfect sense for PowerBar to be in that space. And we led some research and did some collaborations, funded a PhD. And and I think one of the cool things about this knowledge, I think that most triathletes and other endurance athletes, Tour de France cyclists, over the last couple of years, in understanding just the simple concept that more carbs per hour during when you're trying to perform can improve your performance, I think has really opened a window about the role like really simple nutritional interventions can have on performance. So the transition from PowerBar to where we are now, Addra, is interesting. We had uh, you know I don't know if you've ever heard of the book The Innovator's Dilemma. The concept is that PowerBar was an innovation, and then when it gets big, it's harder to do cool new things inside of a bigger company and brand. And it's always been
Tell me
a bit
about
of
it, bro.
okay. So you understand the concept, right?
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna write that book name down. Uh, keep going.
so
Sorry, keep going.
yeah. So what the carbohydrate, there's more to come in the carbohydrate story, but what is really cool on the scientific front and where we really saw room to leverage the latest science for endurance athletes was not in carbohydrate for performance today. Like, you take 120 grams in an hour, over the next few hours you'll do better than if you did 30 or 40. No, we're talking about the role that protein throughout the day for endurance athletes helps someone who's training hard to adapt and to take full advantage of the exercise stimulus from that training session. And that science is relatively new. And I would say within the last 5 years has been research. Within the last 10 years is the total of it. And most endurance athletes don't really know about it. Now, we're in this era of like protein is everywhere. But if you talk to endurance athletes, we're still like, if I don't get my carbs before tomorrow's workout, I'm not going to have as good a workout. And if I don't jam as many carbs, and protein isn't as much of the story, but scientifically it is. And so my passion is really trying to take science that can help endurance athletes have benefit and figure out how to put that into food. And I'm not in academia. I'm in industry, and figuring out how to put that into products um, that athletes can consume and help them to achieve their goals is what we're about. So I'd love to dig into some of that science if you're interested, and tell you more about the bars. But I realize I've been kind of taken over here. So just shut me up whenever you want.
No, that's good. I actually, I was gonna at like a very low level, just from experience and not even knowing what's in the bar, the benefits of it, and luckily I'm still at I'm at an age, and more importantly, I think I'm at a spot in my, and I think I speak with a lot of people on the team. So there's some people that are like, they almost are worse than pro athletes, right? As far as their mindset, their mentality of what they need to do, what they need to intake, and I'm just kind of like, dude, like, I work with all of our pro athletes. So it's like our pros don't they don't stress about it as much as you do. And you're an accountant, right? Like you're going to get like, the top 50th in your age group. Like, okay, right? Like chill out a little bit. But what I noticed is, and here's the bar, and you like kudos on your whoever did your logo and your little like that's I mean it's a cool, just even your packaging, it's really nice. It's modern, it fits in your jersey pocket.
I got my my shirt on.
Yeah, there you go. And one thing that that your partner had talked to me about too was about how you guys like don't coat these in chocolate, and it makes so much sense as an endurance athlete. And these have been in your back pocket for 2 hours, and then you bring them out, especially on a hot day. It's summer now, and it just gets ruined, gets all over everywhere, and it gets all over your jersey, and you look like a slob, right? But even that small things of thinking about this, I'm not even thinking about the protein intake. I just know they taste good. They're they're better. They're putting this into my body as someone who works out a ton than a Snickers bar, right? And then I'll segue that into shape. Some people, and you guys know, I'll sell it to you straight, team. I like every single flavor, but the flavor I like the least is this one, only because like I'm not a big almond guy. But other than that, like they taste good. Now, are they a Snickers bar? Are they a Rice Krispie treat? Like absolutely not. But if you're expecting that, like chances are, the bar's not going to be good for you, right? It's just junk. I mean, it's gonna have a crap ton of sugar in it, right? So like, of course, there's a reason why some of those bars, and there's a reason why candy's candy. Let's just say that, right? There's just a ton of sugar, and it tastes good. It gives you those endorphins, right? This actually is pretty damn good for as healthy as it is. I was like super impressed. It's gluten-free. They're plant-based. You were talking about allergens earlier. It's funny you said that. Like, I mean, I work with a couple dudes that like one guy's allergic to peanuts, one guy can't eat gluten. And I never think about that stuff because I don't have to deal with it. But it is cool that you guys have that certification there.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, check them out. Andrea just ordered some. Kudos to you. Great protein. Yeah, great for traveling. Sweet. Well, thanks. Eric could buy a pack of gum now, thanks to you, and he probably appreciates it. But no, I've been impressed. I've been using them. You guys sent us some to the office, and I've been giving them out to people coming in. The guys and girls that work out here and like our lunch rights and stuff, they've been eating them, and everyone's been enjoying them really a lot. So kudos to you. It's a really great product, and I'm stoked to have it on and to have it as an option, especially because I'm like lazy, right? Like it's so nice to grab it and just eat it and kind of feel good about it. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the science, and then we'll answer your questions that come up.
Yeah. So endurance athletes. So here's something that you may or may not know. When we're exercising at race pace, we're burning mostly carbs, and that's why we need to consume carbs. But hour after hour, you're starting to burn a certain amount of protein, and that is partially explains why endurance athletes need more protein per day than per kilogram body weight than even strength athletes. So strength athletes need about double sedentary Americans. The sedentary Americans that if you look on the back of any food package, the percent of the daily value is based on getting to 50 grams. And that's about 0.8 grams per kilogram body weight per day. Strength athletes need about 1.6, and endurance athletes, the latest evidence is at 1.8. So if we take someone who's 70 kilograms, their target is 120 or 130 grams of protein a day. Most endurance athletes are not doing that. And the problem is, it's not about today's performance. It's that when you are training and you're providing a stimulus, really what we're doing with training is we're providing a stimulus to the body. The body reacts by getting fitter, by making body proteins, muscle proteins in response to training. If you don't have all of the building blocks to make those new proteins, then you're not getting as much out of training as if you're meeting those new higher estimated requirements. So that is the new science. And what we're doing with the bars is providing a convenient source of protein for those times with crazy busy triathletes who are going straight from training to a meeting to picking up family to whatever they're doing, and they forget to nail their nutrition, and they really should be grabbing the equivalent of about 30 grams of protein. And that's what we have in these bars. We have 20 grams of vegan protein, but we punch up the amino acid leucine to 3 grams. And that 3 grams of leucine is what you'd find in 30 grams of whey protein. And that leucine is what triggers the recovery inside of the muscle. So we've really gone far in trying to make a product that helps your body adapt to training, and not just make it taste like something you got to hold your nose. Like you're saying, this is not a Snickers bar, but it's not bad. I mean, for what it's doing physiologically, it's not bad tasting. And that's, when people say the word actually, they like, hey, this actually tastes good. I feel like we've had a success, like that word actually. I know what they mean when they say actually,
Don't worry, I get that all the time. They're like, hey, that was actually a good idea. And I was like, bro, come on. Yeah, that's a good point. Paulo had a comment. I've been in it since I was introduced to them at a local race a year ago and love them. Very easy on the stomach. That's one thing I will say too. They're very easy to digest, especially when you're in full training mode. And they just kind of they seem like they absorb into your bloodstream really easily without, at least for me, a lot of hiccups. And I haven't ever had one where I was like, oh, I shouldn't have ate that, and when you're training pretty hard, they're a good
yeah, I think the whey protein is sometimes seen as a gold standard for recovery. Even if someone doesn't have a lactose intolerance, there can be, seems like there are a fair number of people who have some kind of issue if they overdo dairy. So we can kind of get you there with this plant protein, and then by boosting up the leucine content, you're basically getting like an easy on the stomach kind of recovery with plant protein. That would be like having a higher level of whey protein.
Yeah. Students asking, do you consume these pre-race, during the race, post-race? I think all three. Depends on your fueling plan, right? Is that right, Eric?
Yeah, let me give a little background. So protein is, when you are gunning for a race, you really are trying to maximize your carbs, and anything else will get in the way. So when you're going fast, it's carbs, carbs, carbs. If you are doing a long training session, you will be burning protein, and it would be better if you had a bit of protein during that training session. So it's absolutely right on a long training ride to take one of these bars. But the classic use of this bar is after workout, and you're trying to get up to your 120, 130 grams of protein in a day. And this is a super convenient way of hitting that post-workout hit of protein to help your muscle start recovering.
Yeah.
So
especially if you're doing long, like one of our ambassadors, Craig Alexander, he always is like, he's such a zone 2 guy. He's like, yeah, you don't really need to take some gels like during this training, right? Unless you think you need it. But like, we're kind of staying zone 2, have a bar, if you need it, like that kind of thing. So I would assume that's the case.
That is exactly right. We actually just put up a post on our Instagram. I do a weekly science on Wednesdays, and we just did a thing about a study that showed how endurance athletes go into negative nitrogen balance during long training sessions. And if they take protein in during the session along with carbs, they can actually be into positive nitrogen balance. I know this complicated words. It's basically saying you've got the building blocks to help your muscles rebuild after the training session. So, this is What we're doing now is we're not helping feed you for your performance today. We're trying to make you better along with your training over time.
Yeah, and overall health. Like I think people forget about. I think people forget about this too, and maybe it's because I'm getting older. I'm thinking about this more and more. Is like, you know, we think of these like short term gains and short term, like, hey, how do I maximize this particular workout session or a race, right? But like really we're in this and we're doing these things and we're in the sport of triathlon, most of us, is to like to be healthy and to be healthier, especially as we start aging, and you know, start thinking about it like your overall health. Like this is part of something that is
Yep.
is part of the formula to have, you know, to live better as we continue to age. And so hopefully I just die in my sleep one day and I'm like super healthy. I like did like a 6-hour ride when I was like, I'm like in my mid to late 80s, and then I just go to sleep because I'm tired and I just don't wake up. So that's my ideal. That's how I'm going out, Eric.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. And you know, I just want to reinforce what you're saying, that you know, healthy and performance can absolutely be, especially as we're aging, can definitely be overlapping in what we do. Strength training, making sure you get enough protein, those are a couple of things that will help your performance and will keep you healthy as you are aging, whatever your age
Hey,
is.
speaking of that, would this be something that's good? This is an anecdotal story, it has nothing to do with triathlon. Sorry, guys, but since I have Eric's full attention and his knowledge of nutrition and protein and everything, my wife's aunt, it lives in Michigan. She's like, I don't know, 85 years old, 86 years old. And she sends me a text message of like, hey, my doctor says I need to be taking more protein. Do you have a protein shake I should recommend? Because she's like, I can't drink Ensure. So is this something that like I was thinking about sending her some bars just as, hey, try these out as a supplement. Like, right? Like you guys should just be selling these to old people too.
So I mean, here's the deal, and this is a bit of the marketing side. You know, you cannot target the same product for everybody. I give these bars to my mom. You know, she's 84. She needs more protein. Leucine is, you know, with elderly, there can be anabolic resistance. It's when muscles become resistant to the effects of protein. So elderly typically need more protein. There is nothing wrong with these bars for non-exercising elderly. It's just, you know, we have specifically designed it with the, you know, taking off the coating, making the bars slim so they fit in a jersey pocket, getting that boosted leucine for endurance athletes, but they absolutely can be used for other groups that need to increase their protein intake.
All right, Aunt Bern, I'm going to be sending you some bars. You heard it. So Aunt Bern's going to be stoked. She might start running around her old age home, running laps around these fools. That's pretty cool. All right, we got a couple questions. Kevin Driscoll, he's doing a big gravel ride tomorrow in Orange County. If anyone wants to join, his too long for me. But anyway, what's next for the company? Any directional changes or staying focused on the protein bars?
So for us, we want to become the solution for your recovery and adaptation. Like right now, we are going to do some more things in the protein space, and you know, hush hush, we've got some stuff in development, and maybe we'll even send some to you, Mark, for maybe you and a couple of folks to try, and maybe it's something that you can drink. But it's double super secret, okay? But we are
Whatever I
gonna.
could do to smash this guy, I'll take whatever I could do to smash him on the rides. I need any advantage I could get. Okay.
All right, yeah, make sure
Impossible.
you take it for yourself first, then, okay?
I heard Driscoll's name.
Yeah,
so
I'll take it for my. You want? Could I name it for you? I have $1 million. I have $1 million naming idea for protein.
All right,
Okay,
go,
I'll give
go.
it to you, Eric. This is free of charge. You're gonna have two. You're gonna have two proteins options for the customer. You're gonna have You're gonna have a plant-based protein and an animal-based protein. You call one whey and the other no whey. Way and no way. I know it's genius. I can't stop this thing sometimes. Sorry.
Yeah. You've got another career as a marketing consultant. That's awesome. No, but seriously, we are going to follow the science. Our focus is endurance athletes, and we want to cover you guys and help you get the most out of your training. Maybe down the road we would do something if there's something innovative in the energy space. But for now, we're about recovery and adaptation.
Yeah, shout out to Nick. He's joining the chat. Nick is one of our team captains. He's in the Northeast. He was one of the team captains that was talking about.
Yeah, hey Nick,
talking about this too. So, by the way, Nick, I have some stuff for you. Don't worry, guys. These are coming. These are coming to you guys. Guys, you should see my haul. Speaking of, I got a haul here, and I might be raffling some of these off to the team too. So. Anyway, I appreciate that, Nick and Ashley, for setting us up with Eric and Matt and the crew over here at Addra Bars. And you work with some of our athletes, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Like Tamara, I saw a post and Tamara was in it when you were. Eric looks yoked up too. So whatever he's doing, you look like a guy. You look like a guy I don't want to ride with, by the way.
Oh,
so
no, I'm from the era that. I love social riding, and hey, I'm looking to hit a certain power number for tomorrow for the Olympic, but I'm very happy to go for a 2x2 ride with a bunch of guys and gals.
All right.
And yes, we do work with Tamara. She's really great. We love her.
Good.
And I love her suit with the kelp. I got to talk to her at Happy Valley about the the program that she's really involved with down in Moss Landing area south of Santa Cruz.
Yeah, it was really cool. We were able to give some of the funds from that kit sales over to this. You guys don't know Tamara Dewitt's kit, and we're gonna actually make a couple in line for her of that kit. But she opened a custom store to kind of help raise money for this marine nonprofit up by her, which was really cool. And she's something that holds praise. Yeah, Nick holds the record of most Addra bars ever eaten by a human being. I think Nick might hold the record for most anything eaten by a human being. Like, you should see that guy mow down. He's doing his Ironman training. He's doing his high rocks. Dude, the guy's kind of an animal. But
hey, shout out to Nick. You are a solid customer and a solid guy. I haven't seen you in a little bit, but hope we see you soon.
Yeah, and if you've ever run with Nick too, this is not a knock on you, Nick. You don't look like Kachobi, okay? You like, your running style looks kind of like Sean's, my boss, which, by the way, both of you guys are marginally faster than I could ever imagine. But I see Nick running, and I'm he doesn't look like he's running that fast, and he's running like a 6-something mile. I'm like, geez, bro, chill out. And then he'll do 1,000 pull-ups. But shout out to Nick. He's been with us for quite a long time, and I appreciate the everything you're doing over there on the East Coast, locking it down for us over there. So cool. All right. Well, guys, we got to wrap up. We are going to have no live call next Friday because we are off 4th of July weekend. I am trying to get Craig Crowe Alexander on a live chat. It'll probably be early in the week in the morning because he's in Sydney, so the time difference. So just look out for that if you guys want to join. They're doing another camp, and he actually just misses you guys and he wants to talk to the team, and we could hear a guy talk with a funny accent. So I'll keep you posted on that. But check out Addra Bars. Big shout out to Eric and Matt over there. These guys they're a small business. These guys left their corporate America jobs Eric was at Power Bar for 15 years or something, right?
20 years.
Okay, 20 years. Yeah, he was there for a super long time. He's super knowledgeable, and he's doing, they're starting their own thing because they have a passion for helping people and making good products that not only they want to see, but athletes could use and kind of improve their overall life, their health, their performance, and all that stuff. So I strongly encourage you to check them out. Discounts are on the page. They're grateful enough to give us a little bit of a discount to try out their bars. So I really encourage you guys to at least try them. If you're going down, don't give Kind any more money or whatever you're eating. I don't care. You know, like you shouldn't be buying your bar, Lara bar, or like what are some other like Matt Cliff bar. You know, don't get. I mean, nothing against Cliff Bar. They make good things, but like you might as well just get a Snickers bar. You know, so these guys are putting some real science into it, and they got a real passion for it. Plus, they're racing this weekend, so kudos to you. They're still in the deep. So good luck tomorrow, Eric. And I'm sure you're gonna crush it. Tell Matt we said hi, and we'll have you guys on again. So again, appreciate it. Addra Bars, everyone, and be safe. Have a banger 4th of July weekend if we don't see each other next week. So and be safe. So cool. All right. Thanks, Eric.
All right. Thank you, Mark. It was a pleasure. And take care, everyone.
All right. Cheers.